pagoda here. And then you can go inside, you can take a walk around here to take a photo later. And you remember, I mentioned before the name of this pagoda on the bus is Tranquil. You remember that. The first stop we go to visit on the tour today. Tranquil is the name of this pagoda. And I mentioned before, this one is the eldest pagoda in Hanoi. Tran, T-R-A-N, Quoc, Q-U-O-C. Tran means protect. Quoc means the country. Tranquil means pagoda, and Buddha protected the country in the past when invaders tried to occupy Vietnam. You know, original construction of this pagoda was built in 6th century by a Vietnamese king. But original building was built beside the river about 1 kilometer from here. And that building was destroyed by the tide from the river. And the building you see right here, that one was rebuilt here in 17th century. And now the pagoda is located beside the lake. You see very big lake here. And in here two lake, I want to show everyone. The first one, this one. The name of the lake here is the West Lake. And we call West Lake because this one located at the west of the city. In Hanoi, there are over 20 lakes. All of them are the natural, don't have any man-made one. And this one, the biggest one in Hanoi. The lake here about 500 hectares. The main road around the lake here about 16 kilometers long. And another one, let us see on the bus. When the bus moving on the main street, let us see another one, small one. That one very special one because in 1967, American Senator John McCain, anyone from the US? You know John McCain? He was a pilot in the war in Vietnam. In 1967, when he was on mission bombing over Hanoi, his Air Force was shot down. He was dropped parachute into the lake there, and he was captured by local people. He was arrested in Hanoi Hilton prison, where we go to visit in the afternoon from 67 to 73. After Paris Agreement, he was the first prisoner who was released Vietnam after 1973. And then he became the good friend of Vietnamese. He became American president candidate with Barack Obama in 2008. But he lost, right? But now he passed away. After that one, when he came back to US, he became the good friend of Vietnamese. He tried to support Vietnamese government, rebuild the country. And later on, when he come back to the bus, you will see that like better. Okay, I mentioned before about the pagoda here. I mentioned before pagoda here, this one the eldest pagoda in Hanoi. Nowadays when you go to visit Vietnam, you see there are many temples, many pagoda in our country. So a lot of people think Vietnam the Buddhist country, but not correct. Vietnam not the Buddhist country. Vietnam's not similar to Thailand. And population of Vietnam in the whole country about 99 million people, but in 99 million people, that's 5% of Vietnamese follow Buddhism, 7% follow Christians. Almost the Vietnamese people don't follow anything. We just follow the culture, worshipping the ancestor on the family altar. Because Vietnam still like communist country. You know, in the political system, only one party in Vietnam's Vietnamese Communist Party. You know, what is communism, right? Communism doesn't allow for us to follow too much thing here. But that's why that's 3% of Vietnamese people follow Buddhism and Christian like that. And the next one I want to let you know right here. In Vietnam, we never say Buddhist temple. Because in Vietnam, the temple not in the Buddhism. When you go to Vietnam, when you go to the temple, when you go to pagoda, you see the look very similar about the construction, about the architecture. But when you go to pagoda like this, later, when you go inside the building, you will see many Buddha statues in there. You see the monk live inside pagoda here. But when you go to the temple in Vietnam, you see the temple look very similar to this, but you will not see any Buddha statue in there. You will not see the monk in the temple in our country. Inside the temple building, you just see the God statue, the saint statue, or human statue. Human statue, I mean the king statue, the queen, the national hero, or that's the founder of the village, statue in there. Temple in Vietnam belong to the Vietnamese culture for everyone in the community of the Vietnamese, of the village, of the city. But pagoda like this belong to the Buddhism, only for the Buddhists. But outside they look very similar. That's why many people, they get the misconception about them like that. Even Vietnamese, they don't know the way to recognize them too. And the next one I want to show you right here, let's take a look at that. On the top of the building there, that one is the name of the pagoda written in Chinese. Anyone here can speak Chinese? And when you go to the temple, when you go to pagoda, you see many Chinese letters like that. And Chinese letters. Small handbag as big as mine here, you can bring with you. But inside small handbag, we are not allowed to bring the liquid. No liquid in there. We will spend over 1 hour, 1.5 hours to walk without the water. I think you should get some simple water first, then leave them on the bus here. Even empty bottle of the water you cannot bring in there. Let me leave them on the bus. No food, no candy, no chocolate pie, no chewing gum. We need to pass security machine. They will check all the luggage what you want to carry with you. Little cell phone, mobile phone, the little camera you can bring with you. But we are not allowed to use them. No picture, no cell phone in there. Leave them in the luggage, leave them in the pocket. The camera pole, the camera sir, and selfie stick we cannot bring inside with us. You leave them on the bus here. Or if you want to bring them, you have to leave them outside. You got it? When you go in there, no talking. Don't use a finger to point something. Cap, hat, umbrella, sunglasses. You can bring inside there. But before going inside the building, have me take them off. Keep them in the hand, please. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
Our duck egg shell. Why we are using only duck egg instead of chicken or the other? Because firstly, when hatching, this means the baby duck inside comes out. Duck shell is stronger, whiter, thinner, and easier for us to crack them. Okay? And to change the color of our egg shell, for example, you can see this color are much stronger. For example. Peach blossom. It blooms only for Lunar New Year. We call that is a dead occasion in Vietnam.
So now there are a lot of school kids. They still come here, but not for study. They come here to play. They come here to study. They come here to study about the culture. They come here to play. They come here to get the choreography. So when you go in there, you will see the little ceremony, like the playing ceremony. And the teacher, they organize the school tour for them to come here to play together. And now please stay here with me the few minutes. I would like to give you more information about the complex. I mentioned before, this one, the complex of two parts. The first part is one temple. The second part was the first national university. I also told you in the bus the temple was built in 1017 and it was dedicated to Confucius. And the university was built 6 years after that, and it was opened to public in 13th century and it was closed in 17th century. And now they're not using it anymore. And right here I want to show you something. The first one, the main gate. You see the main gate right there where we came in. And the second main gate in the second layer here. Choose those main gate in the past only for the king. The king came in and came out by two those main gate. Normal class, even government officer were not allowed to do that. Normal class and the officer, they came in and came out by two small gate on the left, on the right hand side there, you see? And in the second layer, this one, and another one on the right hand side too. If someone broke the rules to go inside by the king's gate, you know what happened? Was killed. Not only one person was killed, whole family. 3 generations in the whole family was killed. If someone brave enough to break the rules to go inside by the king's gate. And in the second layer right here, you see the little ceremonies, talent. But virtue was more important than talent in the past. Virtue was priority, so virtue it must be on the right hand side, and intelligence on the left hand side like that. And in the past, young students they study how to become the good human first. After that, they study knowledge later. Okay, now we go inside by the talent gate, please, because we have a virtue.
Nối tiếp thành quân hồn nước nhà đổi mới do theo ý tiền nhân và tiến bia tiến sĩ hiện tại nguyên khí của quốc gia thực hiện lời bác dạy vì lợi ích 10 năm trồng cây, vì lợi ích trăm năm trồng người. Chúng con dâng hương tôn vinh các bậc tiên thánh tiên hiền, mở lối thánh tông gắn bó kiên toàn dựng bia tiến sĩ đề cao hiện tại.